doctors, and my doctor basically said, if you don't get together, you're gonna die. So as a result, start meeting with a trainer and get my life together, meet with a nutritionist, and now I am down 60 pounds from that picture. So that blazer doesn't even fit. So that's just, remember, we love what we do, but do not forget to put yourself first and take care of yourself, because I would hate for you all to, just make sure you're taking care of yourself. So that's my quick testimony. Mara, you want to go? I know I put you on the spot. That's called a cold call.
Sure, something good about.
This is something good about you, where you know you can do things well, or you know you can do hard things.
Well, I guess I am a bilingual teacher, so teaching skills sometimes is a little not uncomfortable, but I'm just scared to teach it the wrong way. So I really take a lot away from these practices that we have,
Okay.
and we ensure they teach it the correct way.
Awesome. Leslie?
As a kindergarten interventionist, I feel like I work hard and I learned a lot from my fellow teacher. So I'm basically debating whether I'm a good teacher or not.
Yeah, Leslie's gonna be a teacher. She's already working with myself and Sherry. Emily, you can do hard things.
Oh gosh, this is a good one. I'm going more your route, the personal self-care one, where I could drink Coke Zero all day long, but I have been making myself bring a water bottle every day, which I've forgotten a few days, but I feel so much better when I'm drinking the water, and it sounds so simple, but it's really been a struggle for like 5 years. So I have water back in my body, guys.
Paige?
I think being a mom is really hard. But like raising children in the vision, and that you feel like, this is what I want my children to be, and then they have their own vision, and it's like, that's okay. I have to, the hard thing for me is releasing control.
Okay.
And I'm not in control of everything, and their version of the human they want to be is okay. It doesn't have to be mine, and I'm the one that probably needs therapy, not them.
Maddie?
I think just waking up and just being positive and deciding it's a fresh start every day is something that I think I do well, but it's hard.
For me, I'm not a bilingual teacher, but I want to be. So I'm studying Spanish, and I live a lot in Mexico, where every day I fail at communicating exactly what I hope I'm communicating. But every time I fail, I do learn a little bit more. So I keep going, and it's really painful but satisfying sometimes.
So our topic, I always like to start with the globe and kind of set the atmosphere. So our topic today is I can do hard things. So one thing that you feel that you can do or accomplish that makes you feel positive.
I go swimming regularly because I know it makes me feel good, and it makes my it's a problem solving and reduces anxiety. So I sort of make myself go for a swim every day.
So that physical help to help that mental health.
Yeah.
Awesome. So today we're talking about CKLA skills, routines, and deliberate practice. And the main thing is called chaining. So our kindergarten team's been working with their kindergarten students in chaining, and we'll get to that. But I will do some cold calls, and I will do some warm calls. Cold calls, what's that? I'll call your name, you'll read for me, or you participate. Warm calls, I'll prepare you. So we have a future teacher in the making. So Miss Leslie, will you read this slide for me, please?
Teachers will be able to explain the relevant instructional routines, playing CKLA skills implementation, norm, align, and practice, prioritize instructional routines.
And what's so important about this slide is the norm, align, and practice. We've been doing some relay training, but it's really important that the consistency and that routines are strong, because all students need routines, all students need structure. And so as they're coming in, if they know every day, come on in, Miss Lucy, as they know that these routines are good, and our kindergarten team is good at that, it's hugely important. I would normally be up there, but I'm driving.
Good.
Okay.
Do you want me to click for you? Would you feel better up there?
Well, if I'm good here,
You're
I'm
good.
okay. Okay. All right. Lucy, welcome. Just read that quote for me, please.
We can't implement what we don't understand. Curriculum makes sense when grounded in how children learn to read.
Yeah, very simple. It's just grounded how children learn to read our curriculum. All right, the role of routines in CKLA skills. Routines play a crucial role in facilitating student learning. Routines provide structured, predictable sequences that help students develop essential literary skills. So as they're learning skills and knowledge, they know every day at that certain time. And then I know Miss Ariza has her schedule here. I know Miss Walls has her pictures on her schedule, but they know their schedule. Yesterday I was helping out in kindergarten, and Lauren said, or Alacia said, it's snack time. I said, wait a minute, let's continue. But she knew the schedule. So it's vitally important. The role of routines in CKLA skills. Explicit instruction and practice. So this curriculum was developed, but we have to provide structured opportunities for explicit instruction and phonological awareness, phonics, and other foundational literary skills. And this is all based on the science of reading. So when we're touching on this, professors and universities have done studies, made books, and right now the science of reading is huge around the country. Emily, will you read that one for me, please?
Consistency and predictability. Consistent routines help students feel secure and confident in their learning environment, allowing them to focus on the content being taught.
Exactly. And active learning. Will you read that for me, please? Ma'am, will you read that for me? Active learning?
Yes. Routines often involve active participation, such as blending sounds, segmenting words, and practicing handwriting.
And so Miss Lucy, Miss Walls, Leslie, and Miss Ariza, when you do your tap, when you do your letter, those active routines that the students are doing with you. So when they say SNAP and then they go NAP, they're learning. So those are the routines that it's talking about. So excellent job. Accurate and efficient execution of the CKLA skills routines leads to accurate and efficient student practice. So I've come in here where you all use the crayons. I've come in your class and they use part of the crayon and they keep practicing. So we will see so much growth in our kindergarten students in the spring. Just remember, and I know it's hard work, that's why I can do hard things. Just remember where you started in August and when we get to May, okay? Just remember that. Now, these are the prioritized instructional routines that we talk about all year. Sound spelling, tricky words, decodable readers. But today we're going to focus on, it did. Okay, we're going to focus on sound spelling, code knowledge, which connects with the chaining. That's what we're talking about all in this area. So tricky words, we do that with the U-Fly. We're decodable readers, we're going to use that. But right now, we're just focusing on sound spelling and code knowledge. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Am I moving too fast? Are we good? Okay. All right, so look at our data. This is kind of some of the data for Miss Ariza's class, Miss Wall's class, and West. We're not really going to focus on that, but I just wanted to show you, we input here at South and West, we input into a data tracker. So we have weekly coaches meetings, so we know where every student is, we know what they're doing well, and we also know where we need to show improvement. So that was just a snippet, so for you all to see that, but I don't want to focus on the data right now. All right, Unit 5 Skills Kindergarten. Miss Ariza, it says name it. Chaining Practice Clinic, that's what we're about to do. See it, steps of chaining routine, and do it. So that goes with that relay training that we all went to, the leadership. You got to name it, you got to see it, and you got to do it. So I'm going to pull up a chaining folder so you see what I'm talking about. And then I think kindergarten teachers, you should have yours with you, but this is what I'm talking about. So here is one of the activities they're working on. Just being honest, I went to Miss Wall's class beginning of the year, saw the students working on it. She'll put letters at the bottom. I'm telling the right, Miss Walls?
It was a different, that was word discrimination.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they'll make words. And so the kids will make words. So we could do something like, and you'll see this in the video, but let's pick the word nap. So everybody with me, N-A-P, nap. All right, then we're gonna do map. We're gonna change the first word. So if I was teaching kindergarten, because we have our kinesthetic learners, we have our visual learners, and we have our auditory learners, I would have the letters down here. So N, M, H, T, let's go with C, and let's go with D, let's go with L, and let's go with, we'll go one more, yep, Z. And so I just said nap. So the kids would say, and everybody say it with me, N-A-P. But now we're gonna change it. We're gonna take away the N, and I want you to say it in your head, and then we're gonna say tap, T-A-P. Then we can take this away, and we can go lap, L-A-P. But then we can get a little creative, and we can take away the ending sound, but I'm gonna hold there. But I just wanted you to see that. She's really going to go into it in the video, but they're hearing it, they're seeing it, and they're physically doing it. Miss Ariza, Miss Walls, Miss Lucy, Miss Leslie, did I get it right?
So I noticed you said letter names, not letter sounds.
Thank you. See, and you see why we have a good career? See, I did no wrong on purpose. See, you correct me. Say it again, Miss. Say it, Miss Ariza. It should be letter what? Sounds, yes. They so smart. Okay, here we go. We go to the next one. I was waiting for somebody to correct me. All right, so this is a chaining routine. So name it, like I said, see it, and then do it. Now, here's what I want you to do. If there's a piece of paper, if you have a pen or pencil, or if you just want to do it in your head, what is the purpose of this routine? What steps does the teacher take to explicitly teach the chaining routine? Just watch her, she's phenomenal. And how do students engage with this routine? So I want you to act as a student, but I want you to be thinking about these reflection questions. So what is the purpose? What does she explicitly do? And how do the students engage with this routine? And my video should be, let's keep our fingers crossed. And here.
Okay, class. Today we're going to do some chaining, and we're going to chain to read. You ready? To get warmed up, we're going to say each of our sounds that we've already been reviewing. When I point to the sound, I want everybody in the room to say the sound. Ready? We're going to go quick. Go. Look, class. I heard puff. Should I hear puff? It should be puff. Everyone try this. Okay, I'm going to point to this one and let's all say it correctly. Ready? That was a fun one. Okay, we ready to build our first word? I'm going to spell a word, and I want you to try to read the word in your head. Don't say it out loud. Read the word in your head. Now, when I say class, I want everybody to respond to the question. If I say one person's name, I want that person to respond to the question. Cool? Okay, what's this word? Class? Kid. Very good. This word is kid. If this is kid, what is this word? Class? Kit. Very good. This word is kit. How did I get from kid to kit? How did I get from kid to kit? Morgan? Yes, I did change the to it to go from kid to kit. And which sound is that we changed? Was it the first sound, the middle sound, or the last sound? Phaedra? Yeah, we changed the last sound to get to kit, from kid. All right, if this is kit, what is? Let's say it in your head. Class? Kin. Very good. If this is kin, what is this? Say it in your head. Class? Kim. Awesome. If this is Kim, what is, let's see if I can trick you. What is this one?
I'm going to stop here, just a pause. As you're thinking about those reflection questions, think some kindergartners have not had preschool, but as they're thinking of these in their head, when they hear the whole class respond, they might know the letter T, but now they go Tim. So then they're processing. Their brain is processing. So as you continue to do that consistent, efficient practice, eventually they will come along and you'll notice they'll start reading. So that's why she's being so explicit with this.
Jamela. Yeah, this word is Tim. How did I get from Kim to Tim? Chanel? Yes, I did change the K to a T, or the K to a T, to go from Kim to Tim. All right, class, if this is Tim, what is, let's see if I can trick you again. This word, okay. Class, ooh, this one tricked us up a little bit. I want us to sound this word out. Ready? Blend. Tom.
So she's
Try it again.
blending the words.
Blend. Tom.
Tom.
Say it fast. Tom. We went from Tim to Tom. Which sound changed to go from Tim to Tom? Jamila? Yes, that middle sound changed, and you're right. It did go from an I to an O. We went from Tim to Tom. Okay, friends, let's keep going. If this is Tom, what is? Let's say it in our head. Class? Top.
Top.
One more time. Top. Very good. If this is top, what is? Class? Mop. Very good. We're killing it. If this is mop, what is? Class? Map. Ooh, let's try that again. Let's break this one down. Ready? Map. Say it fast. Map. What's this word? Map. Very good. How did we get from mop to map? Which sound changed to go from mop to map? Phaedra? Yeah, the ah is where we got to, and we changed that from an ah. So we went from an O to an A. And what sound is that, Phaedra? Which is the beginning, the middle, or the ending sound? Yes, it's the middle sound. Okay, last one on this one. You ready? If this is map, what is this word? Everybody say it in their head. Class? Max. One more time. Max. Excellent job. We finished our first chain. We finished our first chain. 2 claps on 2. 1, 2. Awesome.
So
When we
that,
finish one chain, what comes next? Another chain. And this is going to be harder or easier? Harder. Okay, y'all. You ready?
so that is chain. So as we talk about those reflective questions and our criteria for success, let's do a little reflecting. Okay. What was the purpose of this routine? Anybody that wants to share? And you have a cheat sheet in front of you, but what was the purpose of the routine?
Manipulating letter sounds.
And blending the sounds together. And you notice she started beginning, then she did the middle, then she did the ending, and then she came back. All right, what steps does the teacher take to explicitly teach the chaining routine? If you have on blue, please answer. What did she do?
She switched. Well, I noticed she was switching the letters, and
Yeah.
then she sounded them out step by step, and asked the class what sound was switched and changed. And if they didn't understand it, she would do it again, step by step, sound it out, and then blend it together.
And how do students engage with this routine? How did they engage? What did they do? They repeated what she said. They did choral. She said, sound it out in your head, then say it out loud with the class. So here's our criteria for success. So I'll just give one caveat. A lot of times we can use acronyms. So sometimes you'll see CFS, but criteria for success is this. So do I have a volunteer that would like what the teacher sees as criteria for success?
Teacher models training by pointing at,
Go ahead.
each letter and saying isolated sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher models reading CBC words aloud. Teacher switches ending sounds and says new sound. Teacher switches beginning sounds and says new sound.
Okay. Ms. Arisa, will you read what the students are doing?
Student, on this call?
Yes.
Students have access to MK News with help for defining training materials to reinforce how to isolate and one sounds. Students read isolated sounds and CBC words in their heads. Students repeat and correctly pronouncing isolated sounds out loud. Students correctly reading CBC words with
That should be switched. My apologies. Beginning and ending sounds. Yeah. All right. So we're going to do some deliberate practice for teachers. This is where I'll need your timer. Results in accurate and efficient practice for students. So at your table, you'll partner with the person at your table like we normally do in here, and then we're going to practice, actual deliberate practice. So, preparing for practice, please take 5 minutes, silent and solo, to review the CFCs, their criteria for success, which we just went over. Second time, because Ms. Arisa, what time do you have to get your kids?
at 40.
Oh, so at 40?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're gonna skip, we just did that. But let's do the chaining routine from kindergarten unit 5, lesson 10. You all have that in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay, you have that, Ms. Walls?
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Walls, you'll partner with Ms. Kendrick, and Emily, you'll partner. Oh, you,
I just go to the
got you. Okay, partner, and then I'll meet you over there. And then we're gonna do that. Can you set the timer for 5 minutes, please?
Yes.
All right. And what I like about the deliberate practice makes perfect if you're doing the right thing. So then when you're working with your students, we've already practiced it. Yes, please, 5 minutes. So what we do here is we actually practice what we're going to do in the classroom. So then when you go in the classroom, you've already had time with the material versus it being just that rough job. So.
I'm like looking at my screen, I'm like,
You found it?
we'll let you do it. We'll let you do it.
Go ahead and take out your chaining folders. I'm gonna put your paper on your desk. Make sure your letters are in the right spot. Your vowels, all of the open vowels should be up on top, and then your consonants and your closed sounds should be at the bottom.
And here it does not.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do a scale. We're gonna spell
So I just so
in the middle of our folder. So
And I just have on the side.
go ahead and do it like me.
So
Yeah.
this is the chain.
At.
This
With
is
your
one
cards.
I'll do it. And then they give us a set of
Okay.
cards, like we have that, companies, that then do the chain.
Okay. If that is that, let me see, oh, so one student wants to come up to the board. Yeah, okay, go ahead and, if that's that, go ahead and show me that. Awesome. What letter sound makes the new word different? So what did we change?
The E.
Awesome. Yeah, so a went to E, or sorry, a went to F. That to bet. The A shows A, and the E represents F. Now, go ahead and let's see if we can find yet. So changing it to yet, which this is.
Mr. Hunter, can I see one of the chicken folders?
Yes, you may.
Gonna make them do it. Okay. So which sound are we gonna change if we're doing? Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Which one are we going to change if we're doing bet to yet?
The to a yeah.
So the first sound is going to change from book to yip. That's the first sound in yip. If we were
feels a little different.
to blend yet,
So.
we would say yip. And so that first sound is the yip. It's also the first sound on the paper.
So Lisa has a student teacher in this. So when they break in a small group,
And we go to jet.
they're gonna practice like that.
I like how she did it a little older though, where she said, like,
And then just for clarification, when the teacher was teaching, she was doing whole group, but when we break into small groups, you'll be using this, what I was showing earlier. So you will have a group, Miss Lucy will have a group, you know, and you'll use that. Because you-
and
Now,
We have the little cards.
Mara, do we still have the little cards that go in here?
Yeah.
I think the one's in the tackle box? Okay.
the second time I'm gonna, because I'm looking at our time, we're gonna bring out the cards so you can see them, but we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a class set?
I found it here in the classroom, so I'm imagining
There's
there's a
not enough
classroom.
for everybody.
For those things, there's enough for everybody.
So that's
We'll
it.
look into ordering.
There's some, yeah.
So that's great, because I have letters.
You made your own.
You have extra, that's great.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, Marcus, you can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Yeah.
So now we've done it. Deliberate practice. Now, give a little feedback of how you felt that the teacher did. So, Emily, you'll give some feedback. You'll give some feedback to the teacher. Let's set the time for, let's do 30 seconds because I want to be respectful. And then, were you the student or the teacher?
We were talking mainly about the lesson.
Okay, so just discuss the lesson for about 30 seconds. And usually we flip and the student becomes the teacher and the student, so everybody gets that opportunity. But just time-wise, I want to get there. So fast. You ready?
You gave me immediate feedback and you repeated the correct sounds so that I was practicing it correctly. You switched the ending sounds. And you pointed out there was more self-directed, so I think with teacher, like says new sound, you let me say it and then you, or you said it out loud and then I had to put the letters, I think. Yeah, so you did, like you did switch it up, that you did ending sounds and beginning sounds. You have all three CBC words, you used your modeling of the letter sounds coming down your arm.
So, hearing excellent academic conversations and excellent terminology. We're almost there. So just 1 minute. Okay. Whole group of reflections. So we'll do this as a group. What aspects of this practice came easily to you? What was challenging? So, Ms. Walls, what was easy for you?
I don't know, I think just I think the instructions are very easy to follow. It's very explicit with us, even in the instructions, what to say and what, exactly to call them as students. This is more independent, so I think that was more of a challenging thing to like make sure that it's going to have a good outcome. Like how I can see like my kids doing it, because in Unit 5, it's like down the line with chaining. So it was when I had to call on a new student to say the new word, I was like, I hope they can do it, which I believe that they will at that point, but it caught me off guard.
All right, and Ms. Ariza, how is this similar or different than how you've taught this in the past?
It's pretty much the same. I was telling the group here that it's hard to go wrong because how explicitly is taught on here, like on the teacher guide. I do notice a difference in like vocabulary, like it says where it's asking for one student to come up to the pocket chart and have them spell the word back. We do it as a whole group. I could change that possibly and just have one student try it and see if they get it right or wrong, and maybe integrate all the other students.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, teachers. All right. So we just talked about that. We just shared out. I combined these two slides and then reflection. So think about this as you're going to pick up your kids. But how does deliberate practice support effective implementation of CKLA skills? You all kind of already answered that, where it's explicit. You really don't, the kids are learning the information and you're bringing it along. But one thing I love about CKLA is this is our second year with it. It builds on each other. So like Mara, you taught for first grade. A lot of these skills will transfer over to first and second. And then third grade, it kind of changes. So they builds on each other. But do you all have any questions for me or anything about the chaining or the lesson that we presented today? I just want you all to pat yourself on the back. You're doing an amazing job. I volunteered in kindergarten yesterday, and kindergarten teachers, y'all great, okay? They have a lot of energy. So thank you for what you do, but make sure, remember, you can do hard things, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. All right, that's it. Hey.
Will this, you said something about this will be done in small groups? Like when will
Yes.
that?